my name is Bill Marion, and this is A Nose for Life. Today, we are in search of Bigfoot. No, I'm just kidding. We're not in search for Bigfoot, but we are going to a cave, and Bigfoot might be in there. I don't know.
Finding this cave was the plan, and it was a good plan. After all, George Washington and Jefferson National Forest is a great place for caves, and I even had a guide. This is Billy McDaniel, and he knows almost everything there is to know about this region, so we took off.
I'm here with my buddy Billy McDaniel. He is from Virginia. He is acting as our guide today as we take some amazing, glorious mountain roads, and we are having this wonderful time. You would think it's summer. I'm pouring with sweat right now. You would think it's summer, but no. It is fall, but an unseasonably warm fall. He's wanting me to follow him up this mountain. You not see how steep that is? I'm out of shape. This is gonna kill me.
And I gotta be honest, I didn't know if we were doing any hiking today, but yeah, we had to hike quite a ways to get to this cave. But I never miss a chance to go hiking, especially on this perfect day to do anything outdoors. There's only one problem. I haven't been hiking in a few months, so, well, I'm not in the best shape. But once you break a sweat, it's not so bad. So yes, I was a little winded, but I knew this cave was going to be awesome. But it turns out the cave was blocked off. All the caves everywhere are blocked off. We found out later that the southern region of the National Forest System has closed all the caves on National Forest lands to public entry, and they're going to remain closed for at least the next 2 years. This is because of a disease called white nose syndrome, or WNS. White nose syndrome is exactly what it sounds like, a white furry-looking growth on the nose and mouth of bats. White nose syndrome is found in Virginia, and it's thought to be spread by cave explorers inadvertently carrying the fungus from one infected cave to another, and by the bats themselves flying to different caves. Bats are important because they eat a lot of insects every single night, and they're also pollinators. I didn't ask, but I'm assuming bats are wearing masks and social distancing. But we didn't waste any time crying about the cave being closed. The day was young. We went on to our next project, exploring mountain roads. Our mountain entrance point is Fulks Run. Fulks Run is in Rockingham County, Virginia, just outside Harrisonburg and slightly to the west of Broadway. No, not that Broadway, Broadway, Virginia. It's just off Route 259 near the border of West Virginia. But look at this area outside Fulks Run. Amazing mountains, awesome hiking, and the most perfect day to be outside. And this time, I wasn't behind the wheel.
See, this time it's not even me driving. Billy McDaniel, he's an expert. That's why he's the guide today. He knows how to drive these roads, and these roads are crazy. This is what you call redneck pinstripes, right here.
But if you've watched a lot of our videos, you know what I always say. Driving mountain roads are fantastic, but always get out and hike. There's a lot more to see off the road. And besides, it wasn't a good idea to take the truck where we were going.
Here in the jungles of Virginia, we are trying to search for a spring, a mysterious spring, if I could ever get through this mountain laurel. Man, this is crazy. To say that I'm in the middle of nowhere here in West Virginia is an understatement.
Actually, we're in Virginia, but that's the thing about this trail system and Ramseys Draft in general. More on that in just a second. Remember this? If not, you need to watch it, and I'll leave a card at the end of this video. Anyway, when hiking in this location, you're close to the state line. In full disclosure, we're a few miles from West Virginia, unlike other locations along the Shenandoah Trail. Regardless, we've hiked about 700 feet straight down to this creek, or spring, and we're still about 800 feet above sea level. And to say we're in the middle of nowhere, well, that's an understatement.
These creeks, they look like something out of the Lord of the Rings. Like you were to see hobbits or elves or something on horseback or whatever hobbits and elves do. And it definitely looks like a place for Bigfoot. I'm just saying, if you believe in Bigfoot, he could be here. I don't know what my glasses are doing here. I don't know. It looks like a place where Bigfoot could come and hang out and have his family over and, you know, have a timeshare set up. Probably does. Billy McDaniel, he's taken me to the middle of nowhere. Now, we're near Forest Road 85, which we talked about in another video. And yes, if it looks like my eye over here is watering, it's because it is. A branch just smashed me right in the eye. So I'm all tearing up right now, but this place is amazing. People have been coming up here to hunt and to fish in these streams for a long time. Billy's grandfather used to take him up here, and his grandfather has stories about this place up here. 4 generations, Billy's people go back here in the state of Virginia, and he has all kinds of amazing stories about all of this area, and it's absolutely beautiful. And all along this ridgeline, there's these open fields like this to the right and to the left, just every so many miles. And then you have these great campsites and these amazing views. And I don't think we've passed a single person since we've been up here. So this is a great place to escape and get away. And it can be as adventurous as you want it to be. I mean, you can go down into the gorges like we were at the creek, or you can come up here to the mountaintop and enjoy the scenic view. There's hunting, fishing, and just all kinds of great outdoor activity. But when you come here, you are coming to the middle of nowhere. So you have to keep that in mind. There's no cell service here. Sassafras. Grab some sassafras. You can chew on it, and it's like minty root beerish kind of. It's just sassafras. This is the only way I know how to explain it. It's really good, but you need to have a guide with you because I would have never known what that was.
Okay, a little bit about sassafras. Sassafras is an important ingredient in some distinct foods of the United States, and it's a big hit with animals. It is the main ingredient in traditional root beer and sassafras root tea, and ground leaves of sassafras are a distinctive additive in Louisiana Creole cuisine. Sassafras is no longer used in mass-produced root beer since the 1960s because of some health concerns related to mass-produced sassafras oil being carcinogenic in laboratory animals. But in almost every possible way, that's a lot different than what I'm chewing on. There's all kinds of things that grow in the wild that you can eat.
That's what's amazing about these trails in the middle of nowhere. The views, you can't get this on a normal kind of trail. You gotta leave the normal kind of trails. Now, what's funny is we are on the very same trail, I think. I've gotta fact check this, but you see the yellow blazes on your screen now. That's the same blazes all the way across 33 on Shenandoah Mountain, which we're on that ridge line now. I mean, it's a long way away. But this is the same trail system, I think. I've got to verify that. Regardless, it's just beautiful. Today, of course, I have a guide, which is even better.
So after some quick fact checking, this trail system is the Shenandoah Mountain Trail, or Forest Road Trail 447, and it's a part of Ramseys Draft Wilderness. More on this trail system in a future video.
So out here in the middle of nowhere, you've got this huge rock formation. It's beautiful. There's no marker, there's no plaque up telling you about it or anything like that. You just discover it. That's what I love about being in the wilderness. It's just discovery. Things that, yes, other people have seen, but you're never gonna find a crowd up here because, well, the trail is kind of crazy. It's narrow, it's full of mountain laurel and maybe some privets and sassafras, but and lots of bear stuff. I'm just saying, lots of bear really do that in the woods. But occasionally you run into amazing rock formations and other scenic views in places like this, and it's just yours. It belongs to you, and you don't have to share it with a lot of people. And there's still so many places like that in Virginia, in West Virginia, east of the Mississippi, believe it or not. And that is what is so amazing. I'm from Chattanooga originally, which is known as one of the best places for rock climbing east of the Mississippi. Virginia and West Virginia is kind of known for rock climbing too, and you can see why. Now, if you're gonna go rock climbing in a place like this, you better have a group of people because, again, you're in the middle of nowhere, and any type of accident, you'd be in some serious trouble. But there's lots of places like this to do some amazing rock climbing. Ever watch those Science Channel things or Discovery Channel or conspiracy videos, whatever, where they talk about those underwater formations that look like they're man-made, but then scientists say, but they're not man-made, they're natural, it's just something that happens. This is kind of a good example of what scientists are talking about. This is not a man-made formation, but it looks like that these blocks were handcrafted by humans and built this structure, and they didn't. It's actually just a wonderful cliff here in the beautiful Allegheny Mountains. But they look, if you look down here, look closely, it looks like people actually carved out that stone and put it in place. Of all the hiking that I've done in Virginia, West Virginia, this has probably been one of the most amazing hikes I've been on, because most of what you're seeing around you, the rock gardens and all, that's what I call them, rock gardens, most of it, it's so far off the beaten trail, and it's just amazing. I mean, you got to put some effort to get back here, but it is just so awesome. I want to thank Billy McDaniel for being an amazing guide on this awesome trail. I'm telling you guys, this is the best trail that I've been on and one of the best hiking experiences I've been on in the state of Virginia. I think we're in Virginia. Sometimes I got a little lost back there, I'm just saying. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please click the like and subscribe button. My name is Bill Marion, and this is A Nose for Life. Hey, if you have time, check out some of these other videos. This is where Bigfoot goes to get away. So, you know, Bigfoot needs a vacation to get away from the hustle and bustle of the forest. This is where he goes.